last strikes. Just a couple weeks around the corner, I can't help but watch this big giant black cloud swirl above my head. You see, this cloud has been swirling for years. It all dates back to 3 years ago when Jonathan Jerry, aka Jobz, you came to me and you said, Jaba, I want to be a wrestler. He goes, you've known me since I was a little boy. Bring me in, show me the company, show me the ropes. Let me meet everyone, let me see what I can do. Well, that being said and done, I brought you in, and over the last 3 years, you've become one of the biggest faces in the ETWA. But 2 months after you got brought in, you came to me and you said, Jaba, I got another favor for you. I got this friend that I've had since I was a kid. He wants to get in the company. Can I bring him in? Me, once again, always willing to give someone an opportunity. Said, yeah, go ahead, bring him in. And that was the biggest mistake of my life. You see, for the last 3 years, Tyler Sexton, you've been nothing but a cancer inside my lungs. You've been a cancer that has sickened me every time I've taken a breath. Starting with Jingle Brawl 2012, I beat you fair and square out of respect after you came to me and asked me for a match. And after I beat you, he said, Jaba, let's do it again. We tore the roof off this place. So the benefit for Alexander, Jaba King Tyler Sexton one more time. And from that night on, anytime we met, you had my number. But you always cheated to win. And there was that one night where I had you beat for the Canadian title. And you knew that you were beat, and you couldn't help it. You went outside the ring, grabbed a steel chair, and smashed me in the back. That was the night that set me off. That was the night where I decided to put it all on line, because I grabbed the mic and I looked you straight in the eyes and said, at last strike 6, I would face you one-on-one in a casket match, the match that I made famous. And I would put my career on the line. And that night we had one hell of a war. You jumped 10 feet off a ladder on top of me. You hit me with chairs, cookie sheets. And just as you were going to hit me with a sexton bomb, I gave you the crowning moment through a table. And then I grabbed your bloody carcass, pulled it outside the ring, opened the lid to that casket, threw you in, and shut it. And as soon as I shut that casket, that 1 year of fighting that we had disappeared, because as soon as they pulled you out and you left, no one heard from you for 11 months. And for those 11 months, Jobz, I watched you transform from a tag team specialist into one of the biggest singles wrestlers. And we were leading up to having our own match and our own series. Because after I beat my opponent at Hard Knocks, after I beat Derek Morrison and Jake Marcy, I was going to offer the open challenge to you out of respect at last rights to go one-on-one with Jaba King for the Canadian title. And just as I came off the ropes, raising my hand in victory, once again I got another smash in the back. And I look up and I see this black mask. And that black mask gets pulled off, and this Tyler Sexton is looking down at me and said, Jaba, I'm back. I'm darker. I've become darker. And at last rights, I want my title back. So I pulled myself to my feet, cleared the anger out of my breath, and I accepted that match. And with that being said and done, that match was booked, and Buzzard had opened his mouth and hollered out to Jobz. Oh yeah, Jobz needs the opportunity, and yes, he does. Let's bring him into this. And Jobz, what happens to you in this match, the last rights, there's nothing personal. Every ounce of blood that is spilled in this match, whether it's my own or either yours, has been culminating for 11 months. Because that Canadian title I bled, sweat, and teared over. And I've made it the biggest title in the company. It's been main evented more this year than the other title in the company. Last rights is my playground. Last rights, I have that cloud that hangs over my head, and it's time for it to open. But you see, I'm not one to lament in the rain. When it opens, it is going to unleash the side of Jaba King that the crowd hardly gets to see, that anybody gets to see. I am going to put you through the biggest torment that you will ever feel. Last rites. I'm not a man of religion, but I'm going to go out on a line and say, both of you, to say your prayers and train, 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 and pray some more. Because all the training you can do isn't going to help you. All the praying you can do isn't going to help you. I am that monster that lives underneath your bed. I'm the shadow that is behind you when you walk. And at last rites, I am going to drag you to that dark place. We are going to wage a war. We are going to make heaven and hell collide. And when it's all said and done, when the fire is done burning and the smoke clears, I will be that one with my hand raised. I will be the angel that decides your fate. I will be the executioner that drops your axe. At last rite, the casket match is my playground. And I will vow, I will promise in front of my friends, family, I will show each and every one of you why I am Jaba King, and I put the freak in freaking awesome, and why I am called the Juggalo Sensation. So I'm not afraid to sin, and I will do anything to win.